Hello.
Another week, another show. No one killed each other yet. Episode 20. Good afternoon, Tom.
I think it's fair to say me or Tom didn't kill you. I mean,
Oh no, I have no doubt. I'm out of the three of us, I'm the fucking dead one. No doubt.
no doubt. I don't even doubt.
What's up?
I'll put my fucking fingerprint on that bullet.
Tom, what's up with the Sergeant Slaughter getup, though? I gotta ask. What's up? All you need is that singlet and the disheveled hair after a sweaty match, and a little bit of coke with the Iron Sheik.
Feeling representing the military tonight. Feeling a little groovy with that.
All right.
Hope you both had a great Father's Day.
Sure did. I'll drink to that.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers. Fuck kids.
So what do we got going on tonight? Obviously, folks, we are 1925, the New York Giants podcast. This is episode number 20. We've made it 20 weeks along. And if you're new and want to check us out on our social media handles, there they are below, scrolling across the ticker. We're on Instagram Live, Facebook Live, and YouTube as well. So, end of June. We're entering the dark period, George. What do we got going on
dark
tonight?
Times. We have a great guest tonight. All right. We have New Jersey's own. All right. Giants fan, comedian, has a great social media presence. Comedian John Franklin in the house with us. We're going to talk some shit, hopefully laugh, have some fun, bust his balls. What's up?
What's up, guys?
How you doing?
Not much, man. How's it going?
Dude, I got to tell you, that AI-generated Giants image, or however you guys did that, has done more generosity to my jawline than I have over the last 20 years. That is unbelievable. But I'm doing good, guys. Ready to talk
There's something in the AI that fucks up. Like any kind of impurity you might have, AI fixes that shit. That's one thing AI does.
when I make the images, it comes out where George is fucking handsome, and you're looking at him. You know that's not true.
I was looking at the picture. I was like, wow, I got to use that more often. I was like, I really gotta put my picture into a different generator to make it better.
Absolutely.
Yeah, whenever I do it, I'm shredded.
So what's new in your world? What's going on? Before we get started, we'll give you a little, for people that don't know who you are.
No, hell yeah. So, hey guys, I'm John. So yeah, I'm a comedian, as mentioned before, but I love all things New York sports. The Giants especially are top of my list. Right now, the Yankees have my heart, but yeah, when we get to Giants season, it just ramps up. And like make some sketches, do stand up around when I can, but most of my stuff is very New York centric with the sports stuff, very nostalgia baity. So I love to do things like that. And I'm super stoked to just get to talk Giants a little more, man. I love it.
It's awesome.
Now, am I detecting that New Jersey PA kind of accent going on there, like that?
No PA at all. Just New Jersey.
No, it's got that Bam Margera kind of twang to it,
dude. Everybody, when I post videos, if I had a nickel for every comment that says you sound like Bam Margera, it's crazy. I get it all the time. But no, I'm from Caldwell, New Jersey, just by Belleville and Montclair, in that area.
There you go.
No shit. I would have lost money on that. I thought you were further up.
Nope, that's it.
That's great.
Wow.
Sopranos country.
Love it. So you guys met, right? John, you met George and Nick.
Yeah, we
so
did.
I'm Tom.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you. Unfortunately, I couldn't attend the softball game. I wish I could have met you along with a bunch of others, but
yeah, I got to tell you, you guys have a great marketing system. I was just in the parking lot, and a child ran up to me with a business card and said, "Please follow this on Instagram." And I said, "All right." So, this is as good as it gets. That's boots on the ground right there.
Oh yeah, we were hustling that day. That's for sure.
we appreciate
Great
it.
day, though.
And we paid him a nickel an hour.
There you
Oh
go.
yeah. No, don't. The CPS will be here before you know it.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
So, John, did you always want to be a comedian? Was that always in the dream
No.
scope?
No, definitely not. I wanted to be a journalist, which I guess in some weird way I didn't go far away from it. But I wanted to do sports journalism and really wanted to be an Al Michaels sort of situation. And first job out of college was up in Massachusetts, which was the worst. But I had nothing to do. I was living by myself, and I play guitar and I sing, and I saw this thing for an open mic. So I go, sure, I'll go. Turned out it was a stand-up open mic, and I showed up with a guitar. Best joke I had that night was that I didn't use the guitar, but I decided to just stay and try stand-up, and I had a prop that I never used. I bombed, but I like kind of got the itch. A few years later, like a year-ish later, pandemic happened, and Zoom comedy was everywhere. And I was like, let's give it a shot, see what happens. 2021, pandemic kind of lifted up some rules, and I was in the city gigging around. By 2022, I was really active on social, and it's sort of kind of been gangbusters ever since, but turned comedy into the more sports angle over the last like 2 or 3 years, and that's been like the best thing in the world. Like I've always wanted to be like a sports personality, and like now I actually get to do it, which is pretty sweet.
That's awesome. That's pretty courageous though, to just go out there and just fucking go in front of people and wing it. Have you always been like that? What were you like growing up?
Yeah, kind of always like that, like a little bit. I did like theater and I played sports. So I was Troy Bolton before it was cool. I think like that was like my thing, but I played, you know, baseball, soccer, all that good stuff. I had the Italian protective mother going on, so she did not let me touch a football field. Like she was like, you will die, and it will be in the backyard because I'll kill you before you play football. Like that type of situation. But yeah, that I always wanted to get on stage, kind of like I would always play like smaller comedy bit roles in like musicals. And I think if you told every pretentious theater kid that I grew up with that this is where I'd end up, they'd be like, well, then I must be Leonardo DiCaprio if John Franklin ended up with a social media following. So ended up working out in my benefit, but I think it was because I never put like pressure on it to be like a performer. I just wanted to, you know, like always have fun and give things a shot. Always did things like that. So showing up to an open mic and they were like, you want to do stand-up? I was like, none of you know me. I don't know any of you. If I suck, you'll never see me again. And I never went back to that mic. So there's a chance that people are like, holy shit, that guy that sucked at stand-up, I watched his videos about like Grady Sizemore. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's where I've ended up.
Do you get out there a lot and do stand-up? Do a lot of open mics and stuff right now too, or?
So I did go on the road for a while, and I was doing very like solidly doing stand-up. Nowadays, I've taken that to like a back burner because the lifestyle is hard, man. I respect any comedian who's on the grind, hitting the road like, you know, 100 times plus in a year to make a living. I just got really fortunate with the social media thing, and that my content is so New York centric and it's all sports based that like I don't have to do that grind. But when I want to perform, like I'm working on doing a one-man show right now, I could do like 2 or 3 iterations of that, stay kind of hyper local, maybe go as far as like Massachusetts or no further, and just kind of like stay in this area. But I love getting in front of people live, whether it's stand up or it's doing like a live show with something sports adjacent. If I'm fortunate enough to do something like that, like hosting something, I love doing stuff like that.
That's crazy. It's pretty cool timeline too. I mean, you said you were a journalism major. So was I, by the way.
Hell yeah.
So we have that in common. So I switched to broadcasting after, I think I was, so like broadcasting and journalism are very close. I was in like the middle of my junior year where I switched. So I kind of got into like that on-air persona stuff with the sports and everything. So I could totally relate to that. And yeah.
Best. So where'd you go to school?
I went to LIU Post in Long Island.
Cool. Nice.
Yeah.
I was literally the exact same path, dude. I was written journalism major. Like I was gonna write for the paper, and that was like I was 2 years in. I was like, fuck that. I was like, I don't want to do
that. Me too. I hated the newspaper.
I have no business doing this. Also, like I'm not smart enough to do words all the time. Like I'd rather just like say them, not write them. So that was like
talk it out. Yeah.
Yeah, it was so much more fun, and getting to do like so I went to Quinnipiac, and the hockey team was like our big thing, and getting to do just like even if it was just post game like Quinnipiac hockey recap type stuff. I was like, this is more my jam. Like I love that stuff. Like that's way more fun.
Yeah, the interacting with people part is fun. The writing, to me, the beat writing, it's a hustle. It's a lot of work, and you strike me as a person who belongs in front of a camera, talking with people, interacting. You've got the personality for it.
Thanks, man. No, I mean, I respect beat writers like so much. Like,
yeah, me too. Absolutely.
Yeah, and like Art Stapleton, like anybody like that, like, dude, the things that they do to get the scoop, tell the story, and like the way they tell it, I mean, good for them. Nobody was ever going to listen to me do that. Nobody's ever going to read my words like that. So I'd rather let them listen to it like this, you know?
100%.
That's great.
Nick, did you also notice when they were talking about college, the JUCO guys were pretty quiet over here?
Oh, you got one of those degrees. Well, I mean,
yeah,
hey, they still work. So,
to be
John,
fair, I do think like I'm a very pro, like, get your degree when you want to get in wherever you want to get it. But because my life is social media, I do say, like, if you have a trade, anything that you're good at that you could just like run with, I wish I could. I had like the wherewithal to have started social media stuff 5 years earlier than I did. So like if you're 18 coming into like your own, and you're like, I don't know if I'm going to do whatever the fuck I'm going to do. Yeah, you're 18. Yeah. How the fuck should you know? I barely knew. I picked my major because I liked Anchorman. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, dude.
That's crazy.
I'm 41 and I have no idea what I want to be when I grow up. Like,
dude, literally, I love that. Like, I don't know. Right now, I'm still in an aged enough where like my social media stuff like matters, but it's like, what in 10 years when I'm 40, like, is it going to be sad? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like do I have to? When do I have to pivot? Like,
this dude is still doing it.
You're bald. You look like Nicolas Cage from fucking Con Air, and you're like, "Hey guys."
Dude, that guy's still doing those videos where he just talks to himself. I'm starting to think he's schizophrenic. Like he's hung on for too long.
I gotta tell you real quick. I'm a diehard Yankee fan. I hate the fucking Mets. And you have a video, and I'm never gonna remember the guy's name, but it's like a parallel universe. And you say, imagine a world where he was a bust. If you say the name, I'll remember it.
With the Mets or with the Yankees?
Yeah, with the Mets.
Lastings Millage.
Lastings Millage. That video not only threw me back to that time because I remember all the hype about him, but then how bad he was, and I just remember the whole. I love shit that throws shade on the Mets. Sorry, Tom.
Dude, no, I'm a huge Yankee fan, and my soft spot for the Mets is my dad's a Mets fan. My mom was like, you can make him a Giants fan, but I give him the Yankees, and it's the greatest thing my mom ever did. And Lastings Millage, I remember being a kid and all of my friends being like, yeah, like the Yankees got it now, but you wait until Lastings Millage leads the Mets to something amazing. And he I think like his like fourth week in the majors, he hit a ball like into the gap, thought it was gone. He pimped it. Like Sammy Sosa, like did like the side straddle to first base, and it like hit the wall, and he barely got to second base. It's like, this dude sucks. I don't like, that's ridiculous.
To be fair, those pieces are really far apart.
That alone is how you know he's a New York Met.
Yeah,
that says it all. John, going back to comedy though, who were some of your comedian influences growing up?
Yeah, number one, Norm Macdonald. I mean, like, without he is like my all-time favorite. Like, I could watch Norm Macdonald stand up, Norm Macdonald on late night, like his weekend update clips, like for hours, and never get tired of them, even knowing what's next. Like I always loved like his. I know this is funny, so I'm just gonna commit to it. Of it all, like I always respected that and loved it, and like. It kind of made me feel comfortable with trying to do like more absurdist like sports stuff. I'm like, this is what I think is funny, and if people don't like it, that's okay. But it's what I want to do. And then just like as time wore on, like I've always thought John Mulaney's a super funny dude. Who else? Yeah, John Mulaney's awesome. Like I'm trying to think. I mean, just like TV wise, like I like the show in and of itself, not even just a person. I always thought like Cheers is one of the funniest shows.
Oh, yeah.
Because like the fact that it could take place in one setting the entire time and is one of the greatest TV shows ever made just shows you how awesome the writing is. Like those types of things like are what get me out of bed in the comedy world in the morning, you know? What about you guys?
Yeah.
You guys big comedy guys?
Me and Nick for sure. Tom dabbles. Me and Nick are psychos. Norm's in my top 5. I mean, my favorite joke all time is the joke at the ESPYs.
The OJ
or
one?
Heisman.
Yeah, that's a great joke.
Yeah.
That is one of the most like, holy fuck, he went for it.
That's what I'm saying, dude. I totally agree with that. Like, that's like that whole like he got fired from SNL because of it. I'm like, good. Like, it was awesome.
Yeah, it was
And then
fucking
he like comes back and hosts the show, and he's like, the show that fired me brought me back to host it. Like, it's so good. Kills me.
Man, that's crazy. I mean,
My
I've been
old-
to comedy shows, but like my brother's one of the people that he likes to heckle. So he's usually sitting there going in a light, satirical way, like nothing crazy. But I'm sitting there, I'm just laughing the whole time. But
like, to be fair,
yeah.
it happens. Like, it's part of like if you're a comedian and you go to a show thinking like everybody's gonna shut the fuck up and just watch, like it's just not gonna happen, especially nowadays with social media. Like, audience members want to be a part of the clip. That's not as fun. But like from the dawn of time, when comedy was comedy, like people are always gonna have something to say. So like I don't mind that. I don't mind heckling. Like, I think heckling is like sort of part of the bit. But going back to Norm, like saying favorites, all time, I think Norm favorite is when he closed out Letterman and he does the joke about like the most feared country in the world is North Korea. And he's like, they're so far away. Like, my most feared country is Germany. And then he goes like, I don't know if you guys are history buffs. And it's like, I think it's like the greatest like setup punchline ever, dude. He's just the best.
Anytime he can make jokes where other comedians just look at him in disbelief. And I'm not going to recite one I have in mind just for, Are
you thinking of his brothers in Canada one?
Oh, that's a classic. Yeah. Turns out he was in Northern Canada.
I was walking through bones and ash. Rough. Rough.
Back to comedy.
No, but going back to heckling. Sorry, 1 second. Going back to heckling. We're big Ari Spears fans, and that is one dude I wouldn't heckle. That guy will chew you up and make the rest of his night about you, and you will just have to sit and take it.
That's sort of like the double-edged sword of heckling, right? Like, you're you're inserting yourself into an act that has been written and performed and tried and tested, right? So it's like, if you're gonna put yourself in your own element on stage, quote unquote, like, you're in the kitchen, man. You got to take the heat, like, otherwise get out. So I'm all for, like, a comedian told me when I first started, his name was, this is going to sound like a 1940s When I Made It story because of this guy's name, but his name was John Hollywood. And he said to me, like, the best part about getting heckled isn't putting the person down. It's building them up and then putting them down. So like you take them with you on this ride. They think they're a part of it. And then you hit them with the, like, this is not your show kind of punch. And it's like that's when the audience really clicks with you, you know? And you're not mean for it. Like, nobody thinks you're mean about that.
No, it should be all in good fun. Like you said, it's part of the deal. If you're going to be a part of the show, you're going to be part of the show one way or another, where you might get fucking destroyed. It is what it is.
And like, I don't think comedy is like in that element, like all that different from like really coming after a professional athlete for good, bad performance, whatever, what have you. Like, if you are a professional athlete, especially in the age of social media, and people have something to say, I don't think you should say anything back. But like, every now and again, you have the right to like express something. Like, I don't necessarily totally mind it, just as long as it's not like, you know, Ty Cobb going in the stands and beating the shit out of a guy with no hands. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want that to happen ever. But
have you ever been in a situation like during a live show where it's maybe gotten a little hairy with a heckler, like security's had to intervene or anything like that?
No, I've been really lucky, like, especially because like when I was first starting and coming up in New York, like I was doing, Greenwich Village Comedy Club, kind of these smaller venues where like heckling didn't really happen all that much because the crowds weren't so big. I don't think there was a lot of comfortability in the crowds to be like super boisterous. And then like as I have kind of gotten the social media thing, whenever I've done shows sort of after that, it's been people who are, I'm fortunate enough that they're coming to see me like specifically. So like I just kind of might have timed it out solidly enough that any heckling that I've gotten is usually because like, some guy in the audience wants to tell me Chin Ming Wong sucked. And then like I get to go talk about the Yankees for 5 minutes. So like I'm cool with that. Nobody's ever like, fuck you and your beliefs. I also never touched things like that. Like that's just not my style. I'm a big storyteller, like make fun of my own life type of a comedian. I'm not like bring anybody's political views under scrutiny type of a guy. It's just not my thing. I'd rather go there and like have fun, like talking shit about how I was fat when I was 12,
What was the first joke you made where you were thinking maybe, hey, this could be something I could do for a living?
I did so to give a little more context to anybody who's watching who might not know this, when you start doing stand-up in the city, especially in New York, like time is not your friend. Like you get maybe 5 minutes when you're first starting at the best. Like they'll be like, you get 5 and it's checks. So that means people are getting their checks and nobody's paying attention to you because they're just like getting ready to, pay their bill and get the hell out of there before like a headliner comes on. And I was doing a check spot at either Broadway or Greenwich Village Comedy Club. And I was like, I'm going to take my whole, it was like probably like 3 or 4 minutes that they gave me and just talk about this like thing that I kind of came to Jesus with earlier about like the people who invented like for her pleasure condoms had to be dudes. And like, I talked like about how like, you just see like 4 guys in a room, like, what about ribs? And it's like, yeah, perfect. And then like, I like having to like go on right before my set, I went on like the Trojan website because they have reviews for every condom. And I was like talking about how like all the 5-star reviews are dudes and all the 1-star reviews were just women really angry. And like, it's when I remember doing that joke and I got like my first kind of set of pops to it where you're kind of like, you kind of get that like the drug itch and then you're like, all right, like this is I have something. And same thing with like the content stuff. It's like people may not like me, but they could like my views on certain things. And the fact that like they laughed at that was like, okay, I can write good jokes. Now I just have to write them in my style,
Right. That's really cool. It's really interesting. Do you go ahead.
Absolutely. John, I wanted to ask, did your family support comedy right away, or did they think you were nuts at the beginning?
Well, luckily, like I always had a full-time job. So there was never like I'm going like full nosedive into the kiddie pool, with this. But I think my mom was always nervous that I was going to like give it all up because my mom has always been the practical job with a 401k, but she's always like, she's very creative as well. So like, she was never stopping me. Like when I wanted to go to school for journalism, I'm sure you know this, like journalism is like the safest field. It's not like I was like, I'll go be a doctor and do stand up on the side. It's like journalists like can get paid by the hour, or you end up in like Wichita or like, you know what I mean? So that was like a little bit hairy, but then my mom and dad both came to see me at I just really started to gig a lot. And I invited them, I was, hey, come check out a show. So you see what I'm doing like with my nights. So, I'm not like wasting my time. And I did 10 minutes that night. And it was because like this one comic, Eric Branstein, who's the man. If you ever go to New York, he's like a classic, like New York gig around type of a guy. I was like, oh, your parents are here. You should do 10 tonight. Because it was his show. And I did 10 and I crushed. And I remember afterwards, my mom and my dad being like, all right, like, I don't know what you're going to do. I don't know what your plan is with this, but at least we know like you love it and people like seeing you do it. And this was before I probably had like 5,000 followers on social media at that point. Like I had nothing going on in that department. And when the social media stuff started to happen, it was like, then I have to explain to my parents how social media works, which is still hysterical. And like my mom, it's so funny. Like my mom is like all over Instagram. Like she only watches Instagram stuff. My dad's on TikTok. So like the two of them separately, like at least like they surround my views. They're not going in one direction, you know? So, but yeah, they ended up coming around to it pretty quick.
Yeah, parents and social media is always fun. And we're like first generation social media people, but I mean, my dad, when Facebook first came out, oh boy, that was a mess.
Oh, brother, I'm with you.
My dad
I had
wouldn't
to
even,
explain everything. Like,
my dad still refuses to use a computer. He has no idea how to use a cell phone.
Dude,
I'm like, it's fucking 2026.
to be fair, though, most of their life they didn't have any of that shit, so it kind of got dropped in their lap, you know, later on in life. But
I'm pretty impressed. Like my parents even know how to post something. Like my dad for a while, because like, you know, Facebook and Instagram adopted like the cross posting thing where if you post to one, it'll go to the other. Like my dad never had an Instagram, but he just like essentially adopted one. And for a while he was just posting like the pistachio brand pistachios and being like, my good friend Chuck Sherman told me these were delicious and he was right. And it was just like it became like a cult thing. My friends would be like, I don't know where your dad's Instagram came from, but he's just posting pistachios and it's awesome. And like, it's a start. Like you said, it's like, he has no idea what he's doing, but he's trying. Like he's trying to do something.
It's having fun.
Yeah, he's pulling out the iPhone, being like, people are gonna love this.
This is
And
going
it's
to
just like honey roasted pistachios.
People need to know this.
my favorite thing with older generations is when you're walking in a mall or something and they have to look up something on their phone and they're like,
oh,
like they would get robbed point blank for everything they have in a bad city.
Like they're holding the Rosetta Stone, man. It's so funny.
You know, most people just pull it out, hit their text, boom, they're done. They stopped the world, whatever they were doing.
Like, and they all, I don't know, I'll get here someday, and I know we all will, but they all have the same readers. They get like the 7-pack from CVS, and they are either here, but they're never here. And when they start doing the hand thing, when they're trying to look for to read something on their phone, that's like the best slapstick comedy routine that nobody ever wrote, you know?
You would fucking love me because I seriously was just trying to figure out if I had them on me right now.
Yeah.
I'm 41, but man, I don't know if it's because of iPhones, whatever. I got cheaters probably like a year ago, and I need them because I'm the same fucking guy.
I don't have my glasses on now because they're distance glasses, but I can already tell myself like those glasses are going to go from being distance glasses to just glasses like very soon. Like they're going to be all encompassing. Like I'm going to need them all the time.
So switching gears into our beloved New York Giants, how did you become a New York Giants fan?
Yeah, shout out my dad again, Big John. It was sort of like the draft over my birthrights, basically. But my dad was like Giants, and my mom was Yankees, and we went to like obviously you're little, you don't really watch or care. Like the Patriots were so like that was the start of the dynasty when I was a kid, and I didn't know anything about fandom, and I was like the Patriots are so cool, and my dad was like, fuck this, we're going to a Giants game. And like we tailgated with his friends. That was the first time I ever got drunk. I was 7. And I remember it was 2004. So it was the year before Eli. It was right before there was the year of Eli.
It was Eli's rookie
year. But I remember Kurt Warner was playing quarterback.
Yep.
And I was like enthralled with like my dad explained to me this guy was great with the Rams. Like I'm like he's a Giant. And then obviously like it turned into Eli Manning's entire career path after that. Like I was just obsessed. And then obviously Michael Strahan, like the greatest, like coolest player to watch as far as I was concerned. Like those defenses were awesome, going all the way back to like 2004, all the way through to like, 2011 or so. We're just like so strong and so good. And I could talk for hours about like 2005 or 6 when I really clicked in because I was playing Madden all the time now. Like my dad bought me Madden. It was like we would make like a Giants franchise together, like things like that, where you're just like, you go from, oh, football's a game to being like, football's awesome. And the Giants like are just like a class act organization and it rocks. Like it's cool to see like how much people really care about this team.
Yeah, you kind of started during the good times, and it's been rough. It's been rough the last few years. What was your most heartbreaking Giants loss? I can tell you mine. Mine was without a doubt probably the Matt Dodge.
That is mine. I was literally about to say that
That's
one.
universal.
Yeah, but like, I mean, it has to be. I remember going to school the next day, and like I was the Giants fan in middle school, high school, where like when the Giants played an important game that weekend, I would wear a jersey on Friday. Like in the playoffs, I wore a jersey every day. Like to the point where I had a Steve Weatherford jersey just because like I needed to have like every possible jersey. And I remember going to school on Monday, and the wrath of shit that I took from kids when I was in 7th grade. I was like in an art class playing with clay. Like I'm gonna put myself in the kiln and turn it on. I was like ready to just like end it all. But that's got to be up there for number 1. I don't know. I think like maybe number 2 is 2000 and it's got to be 2008 playoffs. So the year after we won the Super Bowl, losing to the Eagles at home is like, that was gut punch central because we should be probably going back to back to the Super Bowl, going to back-to-back Super Bowls. And it's just so annoying to watch that team beat us.
Honorable mention to the boat photo year. That was pretty brutal
God.
Too. Shirtless in Lambeau, hung over
So-
the motherfucker, and then you got shellacked.
Dude, I was in college at that point, and I lived with Patriots fans, and they were giving me the biggest wrath of shit in the whole world. And I remember, like, I'll never live this down.
Yeah, that was a rough one. But things are hopefully looking up.
I would hope so. I mean, I feel like we're on the come up, and we know when the Giants are good, the fans can get crazy. John, who's crazier, Giants fans or Yankees fans? I know there's a lot of crossover between the two, but
it's Giants fans and it's not close. Like in a good way. Because when the Yankees are bad, Yankees fans, and it's bad with the Yankees is like just like not winning 95 games is bad with the Yankees fans. And like they get down on the team immediately, fire Boone, everything's awful, like the sky's falling. And when they're good, it's like we expect this. When the Giants are good, it I don't know what this feels like, what this felt like, but it feels like when you probably got Google stock before it even mattered. Like it's like, holy shit, I figured it's something good is happening to me. Like this is the greatest feeling in the world. And Giants fans are like, you saw it at the softball game. Not even when the Giants are good. It doesn't matter if the Giants are good. Like Giants fans have like a certain level of respect for each other because we've all done the same highs and lows together. So that's what I just think it's not close.
Speaking of the Brian Burns charity softball event, like we said earlier, we ran into you there. How did that opportunity come about?
Dude, LPG, nicest guy in the whole world. I connected with him last season. I was for making some of my videos, and we became very good, like friendly, like very good friends. And he and I went back and forth on how I could help promote the event. Try like make videos, what we could do. And he was like, he's just such a nice guy. Like he's very good. Like if you help me out, I'll help you out. And he was like, how would you feel about umping the game? And I was like, that would be the coolest thing in the whole world. Because like, and I'm sure you guys feel this way. The young guys are awesome. And I'm so excited to see them succeed. And I can't wait for this season. But there's something about like, I'm behind home plate with, Rich Sweibert pitching to Hakeem Nicks. And like when I was a kid, those were my guys. And like I just like am next to a drunk Hakeem Nicks trying to figure out how to play catcher in a charity softball game. I'm like, this is like the definition of don't meet your heroes. Like it was just the best.
Akeem Nicks, we met him too. Were you able to shake that dude's hands?
Yeah. Okay. I have a unbelievable story about this. Hakeem Nicks walks up to me and he goes, what position do I have to play to not move so much? I was like, you could just catch, or you just stand next to me. He goes, okay, I need one of like the baseball catching things. I go, you mean a mitt? He goes, yeah. I was like, okay. So like I go over to like the sideline. I just pick up like one of the gloves. And I asked him like before, I was like, are you left-handed or right-handed? He goes, I write with my right hand. I was like, okay. So I get him a glove for his left hand. He starts putting it on his right hand. So it's like already wrong. So I like kind of pick it up and I put it on his other hand. And it's like, it's on it in a way where it's like a fez hat goes on somebody's head. Like, it's just like not even on his hand really. And he goes, it doesn't fit. And I went, you have very big hands. And he went, all right, bet. And he turned around and just started playing the game. Just dude, his pinkies would touch his thumbs if he shook my hand. Like it was just bad. It would be crazy.
I have decent sized normal human being hands, and I shook his hand and my hand fucking disappeared. And he's not much taller than me. He's not like, but those hands were impressive. What was your biggest takeaway from that day? I thought it was great. I thought everybody there was just so welcoming. It was a fun day.
Biggest takeaway, camaraderie. That team loves each other. Like they're playing dodgeball, softball, whatever. Like they are loving spending time with each other. And then the next, like later the next week, I was at media day to make some like social media videos. And not only did they remember me, which I thought was like so nice. You know, they don't have to. But like they're still talking about the game. And they were just saying like, you know, it's just a different vibe in the building right now because, you know, Harbaugh's whole thing is like you show up to everything. I don't know if Dable was the same or different, really. It doesn't feel like he was. But like Harbaugh's thing is like if we have media day, everybody shows up. Like if we're doing the softball game, like if Brian has a charity softball game, like everybody has to try to go. If not, you got to do something for it. So like just seeing them interact the way they are, like Jameis is great. Like he doesn't have to be there. He's a backup quarterback, and he's like in the throes of like getting these guys fired up. So, and plus like Scat did a flip, so that means he'll be healthy. So like, that's pretty sweet.
That fucking frightened me. I told Scat's father last week on the show. He was our guest. When he did that backflip, me and JMS had the same response.
Dude, I was standing right there. And he flipped. If you watch the video, my friend Alex Day got a video of it from where he was. And everybody sort of reacts. And I go like, I'm like, because you could just see like, dude, you could see that headline in like every New York outlet. Just like Cam Scatterbu like re-breaks ankle. And the picture is him like this. All of the team at home plate because he pimped the home run. And just some guy in a referee uniform going like this. And it would have been like the worst meme ever. Like I would have never been able to come back from it.
I tell you though, once we learned a little more about Leo and Cam, that was definitely a statement to tell the world that this fucking ankle's fine.
Dude, I have so much respect for the way he plays football, but like also the way he carries himself. Because a guy like that, like I'm sure he hears the whole like he's got 2 years left in him the way he plays, and like number one, I don't think that's true. Number two, like I don't think he gives a shit. Like he's like, I'm here to play football, win games, and play it the way that got me to college at various levels. You know, he wasn't always the star running back. Got me almost to a national championship with a team nobody thought had a shot when they ran him like 30 times into the ground that game. And when nobody thought he deserved to get drafted, to be the running back one on a team that people thought he was just going to change pace with. And then when he got the opportunity, he ran with it. So I love the kid. I think he's just going to be so fun to watch. And like, he's such a nice guy. And like, I think that like that goes for miles in a world where like NFL players who aren't even like real NFL players can have social media followings, make a living out of it, and just be dickheads. He like just is like, I'm number one, gonna play better than everybody else. I'm gonna play the way I play, and I'm gonna carry myself and hold myself to the level that I expect to be respected at. I'm like that. I think that goes for miles with me.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, that kid's been fighting his whole life to earn spots. He's been proving himself time and time again, and I think this is another chance for him to just come back after the injury and say, "Fuck you, try and stop me." And I have no doubt that's what he's going to do.
I totally agree. And like this team is going to have such a chip on their shoulder. Like for all the change they went through this offseason, for all the comeback, Malik coming back from an injury, who knows how long that's going to take, obviously, but like Scat coming back from an injury, this defense looks like it's just going to take a huge step forward in this regime. Like I think the best Giants teams that I watched growing up and in that era, like you said, were the best days, were the teams that nobody thought had the opportunity to beat anybody. And I can't wait to see that happen.
Absolutely.
And he's got Pancake Pat this year. That's going to be that's going to be a difference.
I DM'd Pat when Pat like reposted one of these videos I made about Harbaugh, and I DM'd him and I was like, I'd love to see you be a Giant. Like I was like, I would love to see us have a fullback. And I saw him at media day, and I was like, dude, I'm so fucking happy you're here, man. Like this is so awesome.
He's pretty small too, so I mean, I hope he does well.
Yeah.
He's a fucking monster.
I'm glad we have a fullback back. But yeah, I mean, watching Cam play softball was a lot of fun. I think this team has a lot of energy. One more softball question, John, though. If Brian Burns started a softball league, are you taking him first if you had the choice?
No. I'm taking Madison Hedgecock.
Yeah?
Another
fullback.
Dude is huge. And then right behind him is Henry Hynoski. I think every pitch Henry Hynoski saw still hasn't come down yet.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Hedgecock is just a beast. Hynoski would just – he hit tanks. Rich Weaver turns to me and he goes, he's a redneck like me. He's definitely played some softball games. And then just tank shot.
I don't know what's more impressive, the guys like that are just absolute pure athletes. But when you see a guy like I love this dude. I love this guy a lot. But KT5's got to work on the softball game a little bit.
Oh, he was horrible. He was horrible.
It's just weird to see such a physical specimen who you can tell never played baseball. It's just like, oh man, someone needs to help him.
Yeah, he was not good.
So
we're gonna bad.
So we're gonna have some fun with this. We have a couple of faster questions for you. Being a comedian, we're gonna try to run through them. All right. So top 5 Giants all time you want to get shit faced with?
Hakeem. He seemed to have a good time. Would love to feel like Bavaro would be really fun. And then let's see. Just thinking back through my errors. Hold on, I'll get there. I wouldn't want to get shit faced with Victor Cruz. I feel like he'd get weird.
Start dancing with that salsa.
Okay, R.I.P. because I'm gonna go living or dead. R.I.P. With Jared Lorenzen. I think Jared Lorenzen would be so fun. And then we're gonna go Lawrence Tynes, just because I feel like he'd be responsible.
He's the DD.
Yeah, like he'll have like a couple gin and tonics and just observe. Like he interjects when you need him. And we're gonna end it with we're gonna go with active guy, Rakeem Nunez-Roches. Give me Nacho, just causing an absolute mess in the bar. He'd be awesome.
What player do you think would be most likely to get you kicked out of a bar?
Kicked out? Probably OBJ. And I don't know why. Like, I feel like he just rubs people the wrong way, you know?
I think everybody thinks of the him not getting off a plane incident. Maybe that's why.
That'd probably do it. Yeah, that's not bad.
I've got a weird one, John. Which player would lose a fight to a goose?
Okay.
I don't know why we put that in there.
I'm gonna
but we
go.
did.
I'm gonna go Ron Dane.
Holy fuck.
Because that guy couldn't even run 1 yard, and he was a Heisman candidate. Like he was so bad with the Giants. So I feel like a goose would strike fear in him.
Which Giant do you think would be the worst roommate?
Worst roommate. I mean, is this all time or active?
Either or.
Okay, if we're gonna go all time, you know, I feel like Zach Diassi has some like serial killer things to him that I'm just kind of worried about. I feel like he'd be like his side of the room would be too neat, and I'd be kind of freaked out.
Who do you think the best wingman would be?
It's got to be Jackson.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
I mean, like literally, like he might be him and Scat running the 2-man in the bar is a devastation for DJs in Belmar. Like it's just just
That's great. I didn't want to forget this one, but which Giant would survive longest on a reality TV show?
What kind of show? Are we talking competition? Are we talking Survivor?
Survivor, Big Brother, something like that.
Okay. I mean, it's got to be like a strategy type. So, I mean, I feel like low key Brian Burns might be perfect because he's like, you know, people I feel like to not give him credit against the rest of the league, but he's just a really smart dude. He's quiet, and when he's on, he's just on, and he's really loyal. So I'll go with Brian.
this one's kind of messed up. Which New York Giant can't remember where he parks his car?
Oh my God.
Tom's face is incredible right now.
Oh my God. Hakeem Nicks after the celebrity softball game. because I got to tell you, I'm glad he couldn't find it.
That's great. Which Giant would definitely get arrested in a Vegas bachelor party movie?
I mean, it's got to be Scat. That's Scat for sure. That's a disaster.
Which Giant would dominate Family Feud?
That's a hard show to dominate because you got to
Hard show
rely
to
on your fucking family too.
No, you know what though? Like from the amount of time I got to talk to him at the game and like hit like the things that movie quotes and stuff that he was pulling out, JMS, I think would be kind of nasty at like knowing what the people are into. Honorable mention to Braxton Berrios, who is one of the more down to earth people I met at Media Day, would just like chop it up with anybody. So I feel like he'd be good with the survey.
All right, this is the last one. If there is a Giant you can co-host a podcast with, who would it be?
Oh God, I don't want to say Scat again because that feels unfair. I feel like everybody's going to say that. Yeah, okay. If it's from, I'm going to give two answers. If it's from my youth, I think it'd be like really fun to host one with Jeremy Shockey. I feel like he'd be a riot. And if we're going with active guys, I'm going to go with, let's go with, I'll get there. I mean, pre-existing chemistry tells me I should just pick Pat Ricard. He was in my DMs. You don't get that a lot often. So I'm gonna give Pat a shout out on that one.
Yeah, you guys are basically best
Nice.
friends. So.
Yeah,
We're gonna shout him out too. He was in our DMs too. That's weird.
Pat's the man, dude. I love Pat. He's so great. I can't wait to watch him play football for the Giants.
Yeah, we can't either. So, what are your honest expectations for this year? How do you think that's going to go? I'm open for a 9-7. You know,
Give me 9 wins and I'm thrilled. Compete in the division, steal a couple road games in the division. Like, I think a wild card playoff spot would be great. Above that, like outside of that, I don't know if we get there really, but I think wild card playoff spot would be like best case scenario.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
That's fair.
Is to get there though, is there any specific player that you think needs to take like the biggest leap forward? Like maybe not
Like
a
I know we
player who-
mentioned him. I know we mentioned him, but like with how many pieces we have on this defense, and I know like people are setting high expectations, but like the secondary, like Drew Phillips and Javon Holland are going to be very important to this team. And like I think those are two guys for sure. And you know, the middle of the defense, like I would like to see Kayvon Thibodeau be like really effective in the pass rush more than he already has been. I think offensively, like it's hard to say because we don't know what Jackson's going to do in this new system. So I'm not even going to say it's to take a step up more than he's going to have to learn a ton. But defensively, dude, like if the pass rush is as good as advertised, the secondary as a whole needs to step up.
Absolutely. Speaking of that, who do you think makes the biggest leap this year, and who do you think is a player that the fans are currently sleeping on that's going to wake up?
I mean, there's so many where you're just like, you want them to be that guy. I do think I know we talked about Scott being healthy and awesome, but like especially knowing what Harbaugh likes to do with his offensive schemes, I think Tyrone Tracy is a guy that everybody's sleeping on that could be really effective in a lot of situations for us to change pace. He's a good pass catcher. Like we saw him like year before Scat got here be the guy that we gave the ball to a ton. I think that's a good one. And I do think like I love the guy to death because he's a cool dude, but JMS, dude, I think JMS needs to take a big leap here and hold down that offensive line. And I think like people are quick to shit on him as aggressive, but like just like scapegoat him as like the reason why the offensive line stinks. But when the offensive line is really good, it's when JMS is playing is what I think JMS is playing really well this year. So I'm hoping for JMS to prove people that he's a cornerstone offensive line piece.
Oh. What game are you looking forward to? Are you planning to attend any of them? Like I'm excited for week 1, going to probably be there.
I mean, week 1 for sure, because we're going to see what this team's got. It's going to be a whole new team. Harbaugh on the docket. I'm excited for like literal, and I know this is like probably a cop-out answer, but it's just like every road divisional matchup with this team, because I want to see them go in and just be like, we don't care who you are, what you've done. Like, we don't give a fuck. Like, we're just going to come in and win this game. We're going to, knowing how Harbaugh runs shit, she's like, we're going to kick you in the teeth. We're going to wear you down, and we're going to play Giants football.
John, what's your boldest prediction for this team in 2026? If you
I actually said this to Justin Pennick this week, and I stand by this. And it has nothing to do with the actual where we finish in the season, but I think Jackson Dart is going to be the number 1 fantasy quarterback this season. I think Jackson Dart is going to, if he can do what he does at a regular basis with an added element of talent and a system around him, I think he could be the number 1 fantasy quarterback in the NFL.
Were you able to talk to Jackson at all that day on the field? Get a hold of him, like have a conversation with him, or?
I unfortunately had to leave before I got the chance to meet Jackson because my cousin got married that day and I was the best man. So I know. So I had to make it to both. But from what I met and talked to Jackson about, like during the softball game, at least a little bit, and one of the most competitive people ever. He was chirping me on every call. But also was the first guy after the game to come up to me and be like, hey, sorry, I was in your ear about all that. Like, we're good. And like, he didn't have to do that. So I think we got ourselves a franchise guy for sure.
Yeah, I hope.
Well, John, thank you. It's been a pleasure. We hope you had fun.
Dude, blast.
Awesome,
we look
man.
forward to seeing you at the stadium. What tailgate do you hit? I don't want to put it out. Do you have like a tailgate spot, or do you move around?
I go to Joe's tailgate now. I'm loyal to LPG. Yeah, I gotta be, because he's hooked me up enough times, you know.
Love that.
Perfect.
Well,
guys, can't wait, man. This was so fun.
We might see you at the Meadowlands.
Thank you, John.
Sounds great. Thank you, guys. This was a blast. Thanks for having me.
Great to talk to you.
Man.
All right.
There
That was
it
John
is.
Franklin.
John Franklin, first comedian.
Yeah, that was
I mean,
cool.
Nick thinks he's a comedian, but we had a real comedian.
I laugh.
It's funny.
I laugh at my jokes.
I
do too.
I had a lot in common with him, a lot more than I thought. Not that I didn't think I would, but when he was bringing up Quinnipiac, I almost got my master's there. It was between there and Sacred Heart, which is also in Connecticut, which is right by Quinnipiac. So that's where I went, and it was pretty cool. I possibly might have had classes with him there if I did go. So it seemed like around the same age.
Me and Nick, we majored in Natty Daddies up north. So
School of Hard Knocks.
School of Hard Knocks.
That's
and
what you
Natty
call it.
Daddies. Oh, dude, the registrar, that was my favorite person. You could just go there and get rid of a class when you're bombing it.
Didn't you get a summer's worth of detention once, George?
Yeah, I sure did, Tom. Thanks for bringing that up. I sure did. They didn't have enough days. They didn't have enough days to give me detention, so I spent the summer being a secretary. Why are you laughing?
No, nothing. I'm
No,
thinking
all right. So time out. I'm not going to say
George's fault. George took the fall for somebody else.
Wait, hold on. Time out. I'm not going to say what happened, but it was the second to last day of school, and I got 200 detentions for it. Do the math. I can't do 200 detentions in a day and a half. So little Georgie was a secretary for free at the high school from like middle of June to like I think the first or second week of August.
Yeah.
I'd have to walk there every day and just be free labor while everyone else is having fun. And it was like 8 to 4. It wasn't like 2 hours at a rip. Like it was that or I wouldn't graduate. So shout out to my school. They let me go.
Do I know the story? Obviously, you don't have to tell it to me right now, but
I'm sure. But yeah. Let's just say the first 20 years of my life were different than the last 20. Put it that way.
He's all grown up.
We have some comments.
Oh, cool. Let's roll through them. What the class say?
Facebook Live. Shout out to Kudlia Mats. Say insane.
Anthony LaMotta. He's a big fan.
Anthony LaMotta. OMG commented 100.
100.
Shout out to Bianca.
Who won the helmet last week.
Yeah.
And it arrived. So congratulations. Hope you enjoyed the
comment.
Yeah, it wasn't a fake deal. It was real.
Also, Tampa Sports Only. We appreciate you, new commenter tonight, or new viewer, I should say, even though I think this goes without saying. Obviously, we're a New York Giants related podcast, but we welcome fans with all teams. It's actually good to have fans with different perspectives from different teams because it makes the shows better. We could deliberate and get an outsider's view on the Giants a little bit. It helps. And I will say, I'd say about 30% of our fans are fans of other teams. So,
where's Tudo been? Is he okay?
He might be traveling World Cup.
He's upside down. He's upside down in a bar somewhere.
He's an Italian living in Ireland or Wales, wherever the fluff he is, with his rugby boys. Right? Yes.
Did you just say
Tom,
funky?
Tom, say fuck right now, please. Fix that.
Fuck.
Oh, perfect. Don't ever say fluff again. Holy shit.
Trying to keep it PG for the stream, though. So,
well, what do we got going on next week, boys?
Oh, George.
Wow.
Oh, I have to front sell and back sell myself. This is really pirate radio. All right.
Oh,
next
different than any other day where you don't shut the fuck up. But here we are.
If anybody out there is interested in doing a Giants-oriented podcast with me, I'm going to take the name off this one. We'll just do it, and these guys can do whatever. But no, next week we have, as Perry Williams used to call him, MC Hammer, Mark Collins, member of the Big Blue Wrecking Crew, July 1st, 8 p.m. Be there. This is going to be great. Mark Collins was with Perry talking about the cornerback position last time, and the photo is staying on the screen too long. It's weird. I'm looking at myself. Help me, Tom. Thank you. Yeah, so Mark Collins is great. He was such an emphatic speaker when we had him on with Perry talking about the cornerback position. But we were talking about so much, we never got a chance to dive into his personal story the same way we did with Perry. So, July 1st, 8 p.m., Mark Collins.
Yes,
Gonna be fun.
Super pumped for him.
It's gonna be-
Winning the Super Bowl as a rookie, too. I mean, it's
He
impressive.
was. There's so many guys in this Giants defense that are criminally underrated, and I don't know if it's just because of the Lawrence Taylors, the Carl Banks, the Harry Carsons. You know, there's a big matinee kind of names on this defense, and
Mhm.
Reasons was a bad motherfucker. People don't talk about him. Mark Collins was a bad motherfucker. No one talks about him. Perry Williams was a bad motherfucker. No one talks about him. You know, there's just so many guys. If they were on other teams, I think they'd be a bigger focal point of the defense. But that linebacker crew just kind of got a lot of the notoriety. But the meat and potatoes of that defense are these guys.
Hell yeah. Absolutely. Excited to talk to him and get to episode number 21 with you guys next week. And if you want to watch episode 21 or a replay of episode 20, you can below on our socials, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube at 1925, the New York Giants podcast, or exclusively at 1925 Podcast Big Blue on YouTube. Nick,
Have a good night.
cheers. George.
Cheers.
Hey Dallas, we're coming for you. Week 1.